Hello, everyone. Thank you to be connected for this first Connector Live. I'm very happy to have you all connected from different parts of Europe. I guess we have some people from France, Estonia, Romania, and Iceland. So you can also write something in the chat to tell us who you are and where you come from. Do not hesitate to use the chat. Thank you for being with us today. It's a very special moment for this project. It marks a new chapter for our project, Connector, which is a European collaboration to give rural youth a stronger voice and more opportunities to act. It's a very first try for us, the first live event, so please we count on our kindness and indulgence, because maybe it won't be perfect, but
Hi. So, Alison, we cannot hear you. Did you lose your connection or something? Hi. So, Alison lost her connection, I think. So she will be back in just a minute. I think she will reconnect or something. I don't know what happened here. But we are very glad to see you here all, and from all our partners in all countries. She will, I see now she's reconnecting. So in the meantime, I will let her back in. So maybe now she will hear us. Alison, do you hear us now? You lost your internet connection.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Alison? You lost. Okay.
I can't hear you, but I hope you can hear me.
Okay, yes. So I talked a little bit before because you lost your internet connection. So I think you should rephrase it.
If you can hear me, I guess I will just continue. I don't know. Yes, okay.
Yes, please continue.
Well, thanks, Denise, because I was just saying that I need to thank you because you're bravely handling the technical side behind the scenes. Maybe if everything will run, it's thanks to you. So a big thank you. So sorry for the if something doesn't work, but I guess it's our first try, so we will do our best. And I also would like to take a minute to present you what's the Connector project. So it's an Erasmus Youth Participation project, which is coordinated by the Union Nationale des Maisons Familiales et Rurales in France. And we do it in partnership with some organizations across Europe. I will tell you more about them in a few seconds. And altogether, we work to strengthen the power of participation for rural youth and trying to connect local realities with European decision-making spaces. So the name Connectors is very specific and says it all. It's about connecting rural youth, region, and Europe. And it's also about building bridge between young people, educators, and decision makers, so every voice can count. This live is more than just a recap. So it's a bridge between what has been done locally and what's coming next for us. It's the time for me to tell you to note down in your agenda the major event at the European Parliament in Strasbourg on May 12 and 13, 2026. So in a few months, our young people from different countries will come together in the aim to co-write the European advocacy paper for rural youth, which will be a strong message built on everything we are sharing today and in the following month. So this session is the first step to this work project. And I was saying that we work with some amazing partners, which are the Lag Primavera leader in Estonia, the Lag Napoca Porosilum in Romania, and VMA in Iceland. Each partner brings its own story, its young people, and its territory, and together we form the Connector community. So if everything is still clear, we can jump in the different testimony and discover the local action you and your ambassadors did on your own territory. We can start with Dominique Ravon. I'm very pleased to welcome you. He is the president of the National MFR Union in France, and he will share a few words about the MFR movements, vision and commitment for youth. And it's especially meaningful today because he's joining us from Corsica, where another MFR event is taking place. So, Dominique, the place is yours. I guess we cannot hear you, but maybe you can do like me before. I just refresh the page because there were like a technical mistake during the connection. So you can refresh the page to come back. Okay, in the I guess we can hear you now.
I think if he doesn't come right now, we could move it to the next speaker and then come back. I don't think he can
In
hear
the
us.
meantime, and then we will come back to Dominic once it's connected. Just Denisa, let me know. We can hear you, Olivier. You can, maybe Dominic can take the lead.
Yes, we can hear.
Hello.
C'est à toi.
It's working.
Bonjour, Dominique Ravon, président des maisons familiales rurales. Et donc, j'ai le plaisir de vous parler aujourd'hui. J'ai le plaisir de vous parler de la Corse, où nous avons un temps magnifique. Et donc simplement vous dire que les maisons familiales, c'est 130 maisons familiales en France et autant de maisons familiales dans une vingtaine de pays partenaires. Et nous sommes fiers d'être un mouvement d'éducation populaire avec à cœur d'accompagner les jeunes et leurs familles dans leur orientation et à cœur également de permettre aux jeunes de s'ouvrir, ce que nous appelons en France l'EMA. Et l'EMA, c'est l'éducation au monde et aux autres. Et je viens de vivre 2 jours ici sur le territoire corse avec justement la mise en avant des patrimoines de la ruralité. Et j'ai eu la chance de rencontrer des jeunes qui ont travaillé sur le local, sur la montagne, sur la forêt, sur la terre de montagne, et qui ont préparé un dîner. Non. Continue. Il me saoule.
Pardon. Vas-y, continue et moi je filme. Comme ça. Continue en me regardant moi. Non, regarde-moi.
Et ces jeunes ont échangé sur leur situation au niveau de la Corse, mais ont envie aussi de s'ouvrir. Et avec notre projet porté par l'Union, Erasmus Connect, et donc permettre justement à ces jeunes d'aller avec d'autres jeunes à la rencontre, pour pas en mai prochain, pour Strasbourg, et permettre justement d'avoir un regard un peu différent, toujours en portant leur territoire. Ça, c'est essentiel, nous, dans l'ouverture au monde et aux autres. Ce sont des jeunes stagiaires, ce sont des apprentis, ce sont des adultes, ce sont des personnes qui vont faire beaucoup pour leur territoire. Et donc, nous, les maisons familiales, on est vraiment dans ce projet-là.
Thank you, Dominic, for this inspiring word. Maybe as it was in French, I can just resume.
Pas faire un jeu de connexion avec le téléphone.
Can you shut down your micro?
En fait, moi, je leur avais dit qu'il fallait.
Can you shut down your micro? Oh, thank you, Denisa, if you did something. I can maybe resume what was saying in French, is that the MFR movement was rooted in the idea of raising tomorrow's citizens. And so young people who are engaged and connected to their territories. And this commitment is still a top priority of the network as long as it continues to grow and evolve. And Dominic was just living this right now in Corsica. They did an event 2 days ago and it was the first event in Corsica that the MFR did for the rural youth. So yeah, and that's the way that we can confirm the vision that the Connector project is adapted. Maybe Johannes, following those words, you can resonate and tell us something to support this beautiful project that we did. I can let you the floor for a few minutes.
Thank you. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and see you very well.
We are three of us here, Johannes and Arne and Solveig in Iceland. I want to give you some a small comment from one person that came to our meeting when we had the meeting in discussing the project and the region. One of the members of parliament in Iceland came to this meeting, and we sent him this invitation to the meeting, but he was sorry he cannot listen to us. And it's a small role he has. He is in the committee for finance for Iceland. So they have a meeting now, and he wanted to be on that meeting instead of us. But well, his choice. The main question here might be, how can we change the processes of discussing rural development so that young voices, diverse ideas, and creativity will have serious impact? So how can we do this? And just to mention, rural areas, what do? They produce food. All the food comes from rural areas. Agriculture has a big influence on the environment, and we need innovation as well as tradition to look at this. So we don't just need the basics, but we also need innovation, culture, diversity of all kinds, and opportunities. And I think to reach multicultural, diverse community, we need open dialogue. So I think this project is spot on about how to do things. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Johannes. We will come back to Iceland in a few minutes, but first, we could discover one of the local action carried out in Estonia. So the young participants couldn't join the live, but we are lucky to have with us Katie Maricase, who is the new CEO of Primavera Leader, and who will tell us more about the young people experience during the local event. I'm not sure if Katie could connect on the live. Denisa, if you know if Katie could join us, or should I go through and come back to Katie later? Okay, so maybe if it's not working, we can stay with Johannes, because I guess he's right next to Arnie, who is a student from VMA, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. is it okay, Arnie, to maybe share something about what you lived in your local meeting event and what you personally took away from that experience, that we could have some information to complete what Johannes said?
Yes. We had a meeting to start our Connect Art project in Vafema about 2 weeks ago. At Vafema, we have about 900 students, and at our meeting, we had 9 students, 2 members of staff at Vafema, and a visit from a member of the Icelandic Parliament. What we talked about at that meeting was about how hard it is to get access to the doctors if you need to get tested for ADHD, depression, or anxiety. You have to wait about 2 to 4 years to get access, and it is only access to go to.
I guess Katie just appeared and we lost Arnie, who was explaining what they did. Do you think we can just come back to Arnie just a minute, that we can finish with the Iceland testimony first? I'm so sorry, Katie. I guess there is like mistaken in time appearing. Denisa, just
For
maybe...
me, it is okay.
I know. Thank you so much. I want just to know if Denisa will let us move on the questions, or if I finish with Arnie, because she was just speaking and we just cut her in the middle of the sentence. So, but yeah, if it's not moving, we can come back to Arnie right after. Katie, thank you for being here. I was just presenting before that you were the new CEO of Primavera Leader, and that the young people couldn't be here, but by luck you can represent them today. So do you think you can share in short what the local events you made look like? Katie?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Sonia. So we had an event with more than 10. And after the introduction to the project, we had a guest speaker to talk about youth entrepreneurship projects and youth involvement here in Southeast Estonia. And thereafter, the youngsters shared their in their personal life. They have earlier been involved in a decision-making process. And it was 85% of them who told that actually they like to be involved, would like that their opinion would be asked more often. And then discussions held in groups to help the youngsters to better understand what are inclusion, concluded by group work to identify a problem by the youths, and then finding solutions.
Thank you so much. And I guess, if I'm not mistaken, that they helped to describe how they imagine a community more youth-friendly. And do you have in mind some elements that they present to confirm this idea? Like how to describe a youth-friendly community?
Yes, you are right about that. And the youngsters really appreciate that there are places like youth centers and student representation where they can make their voice. The fact that there are friendly workers, and when there is a positive school environment, and also when they are offered free leisure time or
Okay, Thank you, Katie. I'm so sorry, but the micro is not working this perfectly, and I'm not sure we had all the ideas, but I have the main one in mind for sure. But do you think you can just go back on maybe the different solutions or proposal they presented at the end of the event for them to be more involved?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, sure. So we had kind of a competition to solve a problem that most young people are to share their ideas publicly by their own name. So the solution was to introduce like idea box at the youth centers, to be responsible for reviewing the providing regular feedback to them what has happened to their idea. And what we have done on behalf of our organization is we have plans and solution proposals to our 2 local governments, and have asked who could help to either solve the problem or explain to the youngsters why the problem is, some feedback so that the youngsters would know that at least in some way their voice has been heard.
Yeah, and for sure that's very important. And thank you so much, Katie, for sharing your experience, even if it wasn't this easy. But at the end, the micro was working very, very well. So I guess we have all the main ideas and the methodology is great. We will, I guess, it's also in the other project and make it real for the rest of the connector project. Thank you so much. By the way, this discussion makes me think about another inspiring young leader from the MFR network. I hope she's connected today. She's called Lilou Ramone. Denisa, can you just tell me if Lilou connected or if I go through this question?
She didn't connect it. She didn't
Okay.
connect it.
So maybe I can just, thank you so much, Denisa. Maybe I can just present what she did because it's very interesting. So Lilou is actually the MFR's Provost ambassador, and she's also president of the Youth Councils of MFR Grand Est Federation, which means that they created a youth council of which is a pilot initiative within our own network. And this space gives young people the chance to develop their own projects or to lead citizen activities, and even create some spaces for youth participation inside their schools or sometimes their territory. And also Lilou took part in the first version of the festival at the European Parliament in Strasbourg last May. So I was thinking about sharing, if possible, like the video we did during the Strasbourg events to get you a taste of it. Denisa, do you think it's okay to share the video right now, or maybe I can?
Yes. Yes. Which video do you want to share? With Lilou?
Yeah, the one that Lilou wanted to. Thank you.
Extinction d'espèces. Congo où les tirs résonnent encore.
On entend souvent que les jeunes ne sont pas sérieux, qu'on ne sait pas ce qu'on veut. C'est vrai, le monde de demain nous fait un peu peur. Et parfois, on est un peu perdu.
Mais il y a une chose dont on est sûr, c'est qu'on veut être plus que de simples spectateurs.
Parce que ce monde, c'est aussi le nôtre. Et que nous aussi, on a notre mot à dire. Et puisque personne nous a demandé notre avis, alors on est venu le donner.
1100 voix, venues de toutes les régions, et réunies dans un seul but. Construire le monde de demain, ensemble. Pas plus tard, pas dans 10 ans, maintenant.
On a échangé, on a débattu.
Avec nos doutes et nos idées. Mais surtout, avec notre envie de changement.
Ăsta avea.
Pour parler de développement durable, justement, il faut que chacun apporte sa part, chacun fait sa part comme le petit colibri.
Oui, le monde est incertain, et parfois il fait peur. Mais ce qu'on a vécu ici nous a prouvé une chose. C'est en s'ouvrant aux autres qu'on va de l'avant.
Peu importe les défis futurs, peu importe leur taille et leurs difficultés, le monde de demain commence aujourd'hui. Et on va le bâtir ensemble.
Yeah, that brings back so many memories. I hope you have a taste of what we're going to live on May. Do you hear me back, by the way? Denisa, do you think I'm still heard? Yeah. I'm
Yes,
not sure
we
you
can
heard
hear you.
what I
Yes.
said before. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, I hope you can't wait as me to go in Strasbourg in May 2026 to live this equivalent version and maybe even better. I hope so. Also, I forgot to present about Lilu something important is that she's also youth delegate for the MFA network within the Provox Festival, and she represents French rural youth in the European Youth Dialogue process. And this notion is not this easy, but to help us understand this connection, I'm very happy to welcome Noémie Grete, or Gret, who is the official Provox ambassador, and she will tell us a bit more about European Youth Dialogue process, how it works across EU member countries, and also what's the role of a youth ambassadors in France. So Noémie, thank you so much for being here. Can you tell us a bit more about the European Youth Dialogue and maybe how it works in EU and especially the one you know better about, which is Provox in France?
Hello, thank you for the invitation and thank you for the question. We're two European youth delegates in France. So my colleague Justin was at the event you just presented in the video, which is really, really nice. I was not there, but I can still present the European Youth Dialogue is a European process that connects young people and decision makers all around EU member states. So the goal is to make sure that the youth voices are directly influencing European policies. So every 18 months, there's a new cycle. This cycle focuses on the first European youth goal, which is connecting EU with youth. And the process is coordinated with the European Commission, the Council of the EU, not the European Council, and the European Youth Forum. So in each country, there's a dialogue that's implemented nationally with national working groups. So these groups gathers youth councils, NGOs, and public authorities. In France, the process is called Provox. So it's the way we decided to call it, and it's coordinated by the CNAGEP, which is the equivalent of our National Youth Council, and the Ministry of Youth and the Erasmus Plus agency. So with Provox, what do? We organize national consultations that are both online and on-site. So with workshops and thousands of different young people from all around France share their opinions about democracy, values, mental health, mobility, or inclusion, for example. And so the results are summarized in national reports, which are directly communicated to the authorities and the decision makers. And the delegates bring all of those ideas so the delegates, me and Justin, we bring all of this to the European Youth Councils. So it's where we meet all the other young delegate countries from 27 member states, and we share all of these questions and try and make European policies and influence them. So in short, Provox is the way France is working onto the European Youth Dialogue, and it's something really concrete and accessible. We really want all the measures that we propose, all the proposals, to be something concrete and accessible, ensuring that all youth are represented, including the one from rural areas, into shaping Europe's future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy. And don't leave too far because, yeah, that was very clear, I guess. And also, we work very closely with you to make the youth voices heard at the European level. And do you, even if it was Justin, I guess you also discussed a lot with Justin, but do you have in mind some main ideas that you will bring to Provox Festival to support rural youth voices? Maybe something from the festival in May or something else. I know you have a lot of meetings.
We did read all the I did read the 9 recommendations from the events in May, and we worked a lot on them, and they're really related to the dialogue. So our festival, the Provox Festival, where Lille is in December, where there's a delegation from MFA. So it's going to be in Paris, and it will be a key moment of the Provox campaign because it's where we gather all the people who want to participate. And it's a way of transforming the results of our consultation that we did online into policy recommendations for Europe. So what I was saying, a really concrete thing to influence these policies. And a lot of things from rural youth and several important ideas are guiding our contributions. So in these proposals, they're really deeply connected to the goals of connecting EU with youth, of course. So all kind of youth from all around Europe and around France, so rural areas as well. First, there's a need to make sure that European policies are truly adapted to young people's realities. So many young people highlight the importance of issues like the Estonians just say about mental health. The access to mental health facilities are really not easy at these times. You can wait up to 4 years to get diagnosed. So it's something really important for all youth in France as well. So mental health, access to services, ecological transition was also mentioned in May, and inclusion, of course. So all of these are parts of a project that is called the Youth Check. So the Youth Check is a way of making sure that European policies are validated by youth, that they're adapted to the European youth. So the impact that they have on us is measured, and we can have a positive impact on future generations regarding these policies. So this connects to the Provox theme, which is evaluation and European policies, and to several other European youth goals, like the 5th one on mental health and well-being, and the 7th one on quality employment, or the 10th one on sustainable and green Europe. So you see, it's really wide. A lot of themes are mentioned. And in the second point, we can say that this festival is really connected to strengthening the participation and citizenship goals. So we need to encourage the cooperation, respect, and responsible digital practices. So with media literacy, for example, or digital citizenship as well, which are themes that are really important these days. And then the theme of peace with others connects directly with Provox themes like youth participation and citizenship. So all of these perspectives will be carried into the festival. Me and Justin will make sure that this will be emphasized. And we really want to make sure that rural youth are visible, listened to, and recognized in the full actors of European youth dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you, Naomi. I take just a second to congratulate you for your commitments. It's very important, and I think you're perfect for the role. And also, I guess it's the occasion to say to the community listening today that you have in your own country the equivalent to Provox, and do not hesitate to get closer and work with them, because it's like their role to listen to you and make your voice listened in Europe. And Noemi, also last information, you will meet with Lilu and also with Leo, but also Leos couldn't be here today with us. However, he sent us a little video, a little surprise that he did record during the festival.
Bref, nous sommes allés au Festival national des jeunes inter-MFR.
I'll let you listen to it. Okay.
Bref, nous sommes allés au Festival national des jeunes inter-MFR. Nous, on est les DATR2. On a gagné un concours. Mais ça, on vous l'expliquera plus tard. On est allé à Strasbourg. On s'est réveillé tôt. Trop tôt. On a pris le train. On est arrivé à l'hôtel. On a posé les valises. On a marché.
Nous suivons le guide Martin.
Trop marché.
Magnifique Strasbourg, avec le magnifique temps qui arrive bien orageux.
Bref, on a visité Strasbourg. Le lendemain, on s'est levé trop tôt. Toujours trop tôt. On est allé aider au Palais des Congrès. On n'a pas aidé. Bref, on est allé au Parlement. On est arrivé. On est allé dans l'hémicycle. On a vu Dominique Ravon. On a pris une photo avec lui. On a débattu.
Activités sportives, créatives et de pleine nature.
C'était impressionnant. On est retourné au Palais des Congrès. On a mangé, dansé. C'était la fête. Bref, l'ambiance MFR. Dernier jour, on s'est relevé tôt. Vraiment trop tôt. On est retourné à l'hémicycle et on a rencontré Thibaut de Saint-Paul. On lui a partagé nos idées.
Pour favoriser les activités sportives.
Sensibiliser à l'usage responsable des réseaux sociaux.
Intégrer des ateliers de gestion de stress, des émotions, connaissance de soi-même.
On lui a couru après, on a fait une photo avec lui. Bref, on a rencontré Thibaut de Saint-Paul. Repalais des Congrès, cérémonie de clôture, clap de fin. Bref, nous sommes allés au Festival national des jeunes inter-MFR.
Yeah, thank you for the video. Yeah, I was saying that Leo sent us this video because he did it with his own classmates last year when he was in the European Parliament in Strasbourg. And as you can see, even if it was in French, it was full of good vibes and great memories. So they will be there for this new version in May 2026. Yeah, I didn't have time to say, but do not hesitate to share in the chat your reaction or question. If we still have a few minutes at the end, I can take them to answer all of them. Maybe we can go back to Iceland. We were cut down before with Arnie, but Arnie, do you think you could come back on the screen and we can take time to listen your full answer about what you did in Iceland? So you made a local event and you were starting to tell us what you took personally away from this experience. And I guess Johannes won't be far away to support your answer and complete it if necessary. Denisa, is Arnie and Johannes still connected? Yeah.
As I was saying, I was talking about the mental health care in Iceland and how we need to have more accessibility for people who want to get tested for ADHD, anxiety, or depression. And we were also talking about at the meeting jobs for teenagers and also just adults. It's very hard to get a job here for teens, and especially those who play maybe sports also. There isn't a lot to offer here, and also in the small towns, people are moving away from their towns to experience more opportunities because there isn't maybe a lot to offer where they live, so they move away. Maybe also if they want to study a specific topic, they have to move away because there isn't a lot to offer in their town. So we need to have more jobs for teenagers, and yeah, we talked a lot about that. This project for us, is a great opportunity to learn more about how decisions are made in Europe and to meet other students who are passionate about similar topics. So we have a lot of ideas, and this is a great way to get them, to let their voice be heard. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And speaking about ideas, from what you lived, do you have some elements to tell us to know how can we create better connection where young people can discuss with decision makers? Do you have some elements to tell us about this? If necessary, Johannes can take the lead, no problem.
I think we discussed this at the meeting that perhaps this is what this project is about. I don't think any of us have the responses now or solutions. We need to figure this out. Both we might have the formal link to European Union or European Parliament, but we also need this in the local setting. We need to find out how can we access people that are discussing and making decisions in our own territory.
Yeah, and this first part of the project with local initiative can be some tests to also understand how do we do and what it's working on. Thank you so much for both of you and your answer. It was very inspiring, and also I guess now we could move on because we have to take a step back and look how these values are carried politically with how does the decision maker carry up these spaces for young people. Because behind every local initiative, there is a collective vision and a political commitment to make youth empowerment a part of an educational and territorial strategy. So I guess we could welcome Natalia Araveca if she's connected. She is administrator of the Europe and Territories Committee at the National MFR Union. And this instance present the MFR network's political framework to empower rural youth. So is Natalie connected on the live? Denisa, can you just tell me if she's not connected? I can just highlight the different ideas she has in mind. Okay, so maybe I can move on with this. If it's changed, just tell me. But I talked about this with Natalie before the live, and she was explaining that the MFR movement is a network of popular education. And that means that we place education at the very heart of empowerment and citizenship for rural youth. And that's interesting because it means that Connector is not just an European project, but it's a long-standing political and educational vision. So it's like the way we illustrate the need to give young people spaces to learn, express themselves, be heard, and that's what's turned education into a real tool for democracy. And that's also why in the partnership, we also work with some universities and schools. Yeah, that's an overview of the philosophy behind the movement. Oh, I guess Natalie is coming here. Quite here. Can you hear us? Okay. Well, maybe I can just continue saying that also Natalie is working in MFR, and they have a very concrete example to share with us, which is the creation of the young councils within the MFR, and it will start in 2026. And the goal of this council is to give young people time, space, and real seat at the table through participation in governance bodies like the board or the General Assembly. So they will meet with the decision maker, the local decision maker from the MFR. And that was a very good example to show how political ambitions become daily practice, which transforms big ideas into opportunities for rural youth to speak up, take initiative, and influence decision. And I guess about this topic specifically, there is two young people that would like maybe to share with us how can we bring real change. So we could maybe welcome Nilu Pop and Livia Golovatic from Romania, and they are presenting the Lagna Poca Porosilum.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Livia. And I guess you have something to tell about why it's important to involve people and how to keep them motivated. Is one of you who would like to?
Yes. Okay. So my name is Livia and represent the Rural Youth Parliament and also Napoca Paroliso. First of all, what I can say is that invest in youth and support their initiatives in rural areas because young people are a precious resource, one that needs to be encouraged and of course, since 2022, through the Rural Youth Parliament project, the voice of rural youth in our territory has begun to be heard. We have created a safe and open space. Young people can get involved, small but highly impactful community activities. Also, under the umbrella of the LEG, it has laid the foundations of a participatory local decision-making process, encouraging young people to express themselves and informal yet dynamic structure made up of motivated young people, participants gained access to valuable mentoring and concrete support to turn their identity. And the results soon followed. Two youth groups successfully obtained funding through the European Solidarity Corps, implementing their own 12-month projects by young people, for young people, which taught them how to organize, collaborate with local authorities, and become real agents of change in their communities. One of the most inspiring moments regarding this project took place on October 18 in Sâncraiu, that is a village within the Napoca Paroliso territory where people and local decision storming and networking. It was a vibrant meeting where that brought young people. During this meeting, we discussed participatory, that is a new concept for our territory, one with huge potential to transform the way local did. We aim for this mechanism to become a real tool through which young people vote for and support community projects they want to see around them. And Parliament is it is a living proof that change young people who believes in that their voices matters.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Livia. It was very clear about, and maybe Nelu has something also to say to complete, even if the answer was already very interesting. Nelu, can you?
Yeah, can you hear me? I have a problem with my webcam. It doesn't work. I don't know why.
It's okay. We can hear you perfectly.
Oh, thank you. I don't have anything to add because I was there with Livia too at the same kind of activity. And what remains to say? Because we are in the same team, we share the same ideas.
Okay. Anyway, thank you both of you for being here, and Livia for this very clear answer and example about the Royal Youth Parliament. And yeah, it's very clear also how these small actions can have meaningful impact, and also how it creates some groups of young people working together, as Nelu and you do every day. So thank you so much.
So Alison, I want also to mention that today is Olivia's birthday. To wish her happy day.
Okay,
So-
first, happy birthday from all of us. And if in the chat we can have some comments about this, I guess Livia will be very happy to see it. So do not hesitate to write something down in the chat for Livia to have a very good day. And thank you to having time on your birthday to share with us. It was very nice of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's difficult to continue after this, but we still have a very interesting perspective that Maëlys Papey, who is a French PhD student and researcher, would like to share with us, but she couldn't be here too. She made a video explaining and exploring the process of decision making and explaining why it's essential to feed it every day, and starting with ourselves as active citizens. So maybe we can launch the video. Okay, let's go on.
Participation des jeunes dans les institutions publiques. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Je vais parler en français et en anglais pour être compris par tout le monde. Je suis Maëlys Papey et je termine une thèse sur la participation des jeunes dans les institutions publiques. And when people ask me what your research about, I say this. Je me suis demandé pourquoi les nouvelles générations sont de plus en plus défiantes envers les acteurs politiques et les institutions. And why, in the very dialect spaces created to rebuild trust, youth people often leave feeling even more distrustful or less willing to engage. Je me suis attelée à visiter plusieurs dispositifs. Les conseils de jeunes, Youth Council, les assemblées, les conventions citoyennes, les forums, dans les villes, dans les régions, dans les dispositifs nationaux et même à l'Union européenne et sous l'égide de l'ONU. And everywhere, I heard the same answer. We're not really being listened to. Politicians do what serves their own interests and not ours. Vous allez me dire, bah oui, c'est pas un secret. It's not new. Moi, au bout de 3 ans d'enquête, j'ai trouvé ça fou. Because during that time, I counted every dialect structure for young people aged 16 to 30 in France, and what I found amazed me. There are dialect spaces everywhere. Everywhere. Because tous les sujets qui peuvent vous concerner, les politiques de jeunesse, l'écologie, l'égalité, la santé mentale, ont leurs espaces. These spaces were designed to connect with one another, to create synergy and complementarity, to allow what we call co-management, en français la co-gestion, shared decisions making between young representatives, policymakers, and stakeholders, where people identify problems, share information, express views, and find solutions together. Vous allez me dire, mais nous, on n'a jamais vu ça. Depuis quand ça existe? And I thought the same thing. I started my PhD at 25, and I was very, very surprised to discover that all that already exists. I just didn't know about it. Et c'est le premier défi, vous mettre au courant de ce qui existe. Alors la thèse, elle fait ça. Elle recense, elle fait les cartes, elle montre où sont les espaces, and how to pull the threads that link local, national, international dialect together. Vous allez aller à Strasbourg. Vous allez tirer le fil européen. And that's a powerful thread. Because Europe connects youth organizations acting daily in associations across countries and young representative engaged in politics to defend new values and ideas for the future. Il y a énormément de jeunes à rencontrer dans les associations et dans les sections jeunes des partis politiques. Et il y a aussi beaucoup de politiciens qui ont envie de vous entendre et de savoir dans quelle direction vous voulez aller dans l'avenir. And guess, I know what you might be thinking. If they don't really listen, what's the point of going? Et je vous dirai une chose. Everything you're living today come for a dream. Un rêve que les jeunes de votre âge ont imaginé il y a longtemps et qui ont eu le courage de rendre réel, même si c'était pas gagné. C'était vraiment pas gagné. When they were 20 in 1942, en 1942, les jeunes de 20 ans, ils ont rêvé d'un monde plus libre, plus démocratique. They resisted create youth movements and believed peace could be built through words and education. In 1968, too, en 1968, les jeunes ont repris le flambeau. Ils ont fait rentrer la démocratie participative dans les écoles, les universités, les entreprises. They thought for co-management and freedom of expression in university, in life. Dans les années 80-90, ils sont allés encore plus loin. Ils ont institutionnalisé le dialogue pour tous les jeunes, pour que ce soit ouvert à tous, pour qu'il y ait un dialogue avec les responsables politiques plus régulièrement. They create youth council in 90s for everyone and shorten their spaces in public policy. Et aujourd'hui, vous avez 20 ans en 2025. You have 20s in 2025. Vous vivez littéralement ce qu'ils ont construit. You're inside the very dream they made real. Prove that things move forward even with resistance. It's normal to feel fear, to think it's out of reach, mais vous avez le pouvoir. Reprenez simplement le flambeau qu'ils vous ont tendu et allez plus loin. Just take the torch they're passing to you. Et vous dans 50 ans? Comment vous rêvez la vie pour les générations qui viennent? That's what's all about. Your voice does more that counts. Your voice carries. Votre voix, elle compte pas seulement aujourd'hui, elle porte sur le temps. So, take this chance. Parlez ensemble, coordonnez vos voix. Talk together. Rêvez plus grand. That's walls are in your minds. Just break them down. Je vous remercie. Thank you.
I hope it was clear because she really did the effort to speak in French and in English. When we understand both, it's very, very interesting. And it's an important reminder that active citizenship starts with the choice we make every day. And she says something that we have to keep in mind for today and for the rest of the project is everything we live comes from a dream. And so let's make our dream come true for tomorrow. I guess it's quite the end of this live.
Listen.
Mm.
Olivier asked me to also put a video.
Also, okay.
2 videos.
Okay, you can.
So, wanted to have a conclusion of the event.
Yeah.
So I am
before we close this
uploading it
connector
now.
live, we can just take a few more minutes for this video then, and maybe Olivier then can take the lead for the last few words.
I don't think he is not here right now.
En me regardant moi. Non, regarde-moi, regarde-moi, parce que je sais pas
si ces jeunes ont échangé bien sûr sur leur
en me regardant moi. Non, regarde-moi, regarde-moi, parce que je sais pas
ces jeunes ont échangé bien sûr sur leur situation dans le rural au niveau de la Corse, mais ont envie aussi de s'ouvrir. Et avec notre projet porté par l'Union, Erasmus Connect, et donc permettre justement à ces jeunes d'aller aussi avec d'autres jeunes à la rencontre, pourquoi pas en mai prochain pour Strasbourg, et permettre justement d'avoir un regard un peu différent, toujours en portant leur territoire. Et ça, c'est essentiel, nous, dans l'ouverture au monde et aux autres. Ce sont des jeunes stagiaires, ce sont des apprentis, ce sont des adultes, ce sont des personnes qui vont faire beaucoup pour leur territoire. Et donc, nous, les maisons familiales, on est vraiment dans ce projet-là.
Okay, thank you, Denisa, for this surprise that Olivier sent you. Oh, is there more? Okay.
Alors, nous sommes heureux de parler avec vous et nous avons
I don't
fait
think
des
you can
actions
hear
en
anything.
Corse avec nos jeunes sur les territoires ruraux. Oui, bonjour. Alors, nous sommes heureux de parler avec vous et nous avons fait des actions.
En me regardant moi. Non, regarde-moi, regarde-moi, parce que je sais pas
ces jeunes ont échangé, bien sûr, sur leur...
Oui, bonjour. Alors, nous sommes heureux de parler avec vous et nous avons fait des actions en Corse avec nos jeunes sur les territoires ruraux. Donc, nous portons des actions citoyennes dans différents domaines. Et donc, nous allons monter avec ces jeunes à Strasbourg de manière à ce qu'ils puissent mieux s'ouvrir à l'Europe. Et ensuite, nous sommes...
En me regardant moi. Non, regarde-moi, regarde-moi, parce que je sais pas
Ces jeunes ont échangé, bien sûr, sur leur situation
after the live because we cannot hear anything. Yeah. I will ask Olivier to send me the videos and maybe I can do something with them. But maybe just to explain who is on the video, because I know them. So the first one is the president that you heard at the beginning of the live, and the two other persons are the I'd say the creators of the future MFR which will be implemented in Corsica in few weeks and months. So yeah, they have a very big project, and the first step for them is to connect the rural youth from Corsica. So it was very important for them to share it with you. Well, we have like just few minutes late, so I'm very happy about this. It was very nice of you to participate in. Thanks for your ideas, your energy, your inspiration. A huge thank you to all the speakers, the ambassadors, the partners from different countries. I remember France, Estonia, Romania, Iceland. And thank you for the person who followed the live online. A big thank you to Denisa, because she did some magic with the screen. So thank you so much. And there will be a second version of this. No, I guess you did everything perfectly for a first try. So thank you so much. And there will be a 2026 version, and it's going to be even better because we're going to train. So everything is going to improve. Yeah, thank you to everyone. And I can't wait to see you at the European Parliament on the 12th and 13th of May 2026. See you. And yeah, I can see there is a group connecting to say bye-bye. Do not hesitate to send a little chat before leaving. Thank you so much and take care.
Goodbye. Bye-bye, thank you.
Au revoir.
Bye-bye.
Allez,
Oui,
on y va.
on
allez.
est
Eh ben,
synchro.
les cloches sonnent, il faut y aller.
Les cloches